awe of how you effortlessly combine your passion and brilliance with purpose for real-time impact. You do this in all beauty and intentionality. Can you please share some highlights of how you began your creative journey as a dancer?
Yeah, so some highlights in my creative dance journey began when I was very young, when I was just 5 years old. I took ballet and jazz classes. And at that time, I didn't realize how much those styles were going to impact my life and my expertise in dance. And I continued dancing up until middle school, where I created a dance team with my friends called the Pop Rocks. You know those candies that you put in your mouth and they make your tongue like sizzle? And so we named our dance team that. We got dog tags. We put the Pop Rocks on them. They were all sparkly. It was a whole vibe. It wasn't until I started high school where I actually put dance on the back burner of my life, and it wasn't like a focus or a passion anymore because I was so distracted with school and my environment and boys. And it wasn't until I found myself in a really dark place, actually. I felt alone and I just, I don't know, I was a little lost. And I knew dance had always been that anchor in my life, that place that I could always go back to and feel free. And so I got back into dance. And every day after school, I would go to my balcony and I would dance my heart out until I decided that that's what I wanted to do for a living.
Yeah.
And so I moved to LA. I went to Millennium Dance Complex, which is a schooling program in LA where I also did like a work trade. And so I worked there and trade for classes and then started doing music videos, background on movies. And from there, my dance career really took off. But now I moved back home and I'm teaching dance classes and just sharing everything that I've learned and everything that dance has taught me in my life. Brought it back to my community and share it.
Wow, that's really, really beautiful. I really, really love your authenticity and how much I feel like so many people can connect to where you are coming from and your current phase right now. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. Um, what does art mean to you?
Art means to me creating without expectations, creating without judgment, creating without fear, because there's no place for fear in art. Art is infinite, and as the times change, so does art, and so does everyone's definition on it. So, my identity and my experiences in life has shaped me and formed me to express art the way I do. I also believe art is everlasting, and everything that we do is
Def-
in a way art, and it is a safe space to escape from society's norms and be free within self-expression. That's what I believe art is.
wow, that's a quote on its own. Like I've been definitely going to take that and tag you to it. Like seriously, and this is really beautiful because there's something I skipped at the beginning. I usually share what art means to us at the beginning, like as an organization, what art means to us. And I didn't even tell you that. And what you said is just so similar to what we think art is. So art is, like you said, infinite. Art is boundless. There's no restriction to art. We feel like, sometimes society like box definitions. Society may say art is painting, drawing, but we are saying art is just anything. Art is dance, art is music, art is anything that makes your heart beat. And that's like similar to what you just said. So I think we connect in several ways. Thank you so much for sharing such brilliance. We are going, this next question is very similar to the second one, that's what is art, but it's more into dance. So we are grateful to have you on board this special issue in celebration of all inspiring dancers around the world, also in honor of the International Dance Day. We know how unique and special the art of dancing is to each dancer. As an individual passionate about this art, what does dance mean to you?
Dance is life. I dance has always been like I said earlier, an anchor for me. something that I can come back to and rely on. Almost like I can kind of relate it to as my God or my religion. Like dance is my everything. Like if I'm ever in a sad or dark place, like I know dance will allow for me to express myself and to fully be in the moment, because I believe dance brings us back to earth. Um, and dance brings us in that present moment of where we can just like appreciate everything around us, our environment, and become more aware of like life and
That
everything that's living.
wow. Wow. You're turning
Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
seriously, you're turning this interview to a master class right now because I'm learning a whole lot from everything you're saying. And I really love the fact that it's so obvious that it's coming from your heart. Like everything is being so authentic. And the fact that what you just described as dance, I've never heard that before. So I'm even learning personally. So thank you so much for sharing that. On community over competition, I really love this one so much. On community over competition, you shared these deep and awe-inspiring words. You said competition is healthy, but not at the expense of others. It was never meant to hold people back or put people down, but to push people forward in both winning and losing. Competition is a healthy part of life, but life is not a competition. Life is about relationships. This is absolutely beautiful. Please share some more on this, on the importance of community building, especially for creatives.
I believe that having a strong community and really, yeah, building that community around you, and not even surrounding yourself with like-minded people, but surrounding yourself with people who are different and people who you can, in a healthy way, compete with. And not because they are different, but because they are different, they can show you things that you don't know, essentially. And then so you both are adding to each other's repertoire or language or dance. Uh, uh, and I just believe that, yeah, it was never meant to hold us back or put us down. And in a community, we're all supposed to support each other and push each other forward. And none of us can make it alone, is pretty much what I am trying to say. It's like we can say that we made it alone, but there's always going to be that community of people around us, whether it's just someone we run into like at the grocery store randomly, or someone we run into in life that we never thought would correlate with our career or our dance journey. And could just spark that light inside of us. That got a little off topic. Sorry.
No, 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 you're still on course. You're still on course. Like everything you said is valid and very relevant to the question. Thank you so much for sharing. How was growing up like? Can you just share a little about how growing up was like for you?
Yeah, I grew up on a small island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean called Kauai, Hawaii. And um, just as I said, it was small, so we didn't have a lot of opportunity for dance, honestly. There was about one studio on the entire island, and I went to it, and I was at a big red barn, and there was ballet and jazz. There was no hip hop. There was no Afro beats. There was no house. There was no locking. There wasn't like all these different styles. And so in my little mind, I was like, I want to feel more free. Why do I have to hold fifth position for like an hour? And so I started doing a lot of YouTube tutorials and learning from people online, because it's such a technological area and we have so much opportunity to learn things from people around the world. And so yeah, YouTube University is where it started for me. And I would come home every day after school and do tutorials and dance on my balcony until like I literally couldn't feel my feet anymore, just drop dead in the rain. And So yeah, growing up for me, it was always a really small community. So I think understanding that a healthy competition in a community is important because every day you run into the same people. So it's like you don't want to burn your bridge with someone. You want to keep a good reputation and just keep a healthy understanding of competition and community. And growing up in a small place, because it is so small, you have to be more aware of like the little things and everything you do, you know? And
Yes.
because people talk out here, we call it coconut wireless, like word gets around. And so, yeah, there wasn't a lot of opportunity, but I made opportunity for myself in a small place. And I created a community for myself, and it was beautiful. And it was an outlet for me to always go back to and just know that I had that there. And my friends also had me. And yeah, we
Mm,
created a strong,
connection.
supportive community.
I mean, yeah, thank you so much. I feel like you're one person that will just that lights up the room. Like when you just get into a room, everywhere is just lit with so much positivity and joy and cheerfulness. This is just a virtual interview, but see how much you've lit up the room already. The virtual room here. Thank you so much. Like you have an amazing personality, sincerely. Okay,
Oh,
you you are
thank
not
you.
yeah. You are not only a dancer and an artist, but also a NASM certified personal trainer. What would you consider most fulfilling to you right now on your entire creative journey? What's the most fulfilling thing to you right now?
Honestly, the most fulfilling thing to me right now in my creative dance journey is being able to come back home and bring everything that I've learned in life with me and be able to teach kids.
Wow.
I love teaching kids, and I don't think I knew that until a little later on in life because I was always really great with kids, but I was always maybe a little selfish and focused on myself and wanted to make me a better dancer. But I didn't realize that me becoming a better dancer was going to take me sharing and me teaching and me, you know, giving what I have learned in this life to the younger generation and to the generation that is going to eventually fill our spots, you know? And so it's been really fulfilling to just like, I feel like I'm learning more about myself. I'm learning more about life. I'm learning more about how to teach and how to interact with young kids and even adults and teaching in general. It's teaching kids has helped me with teaching adults as well because it's like if you can engage a kid for a whole hour when their attention is everywhere, you know, then it's yeah, it's a lot easier to just like hone down on life and work and yeah, everything.
So teaching kids, I think
So yeah,
these little things are the things that matter in our journey as creatives. Thank you so much for sharing. What is your dream life as an artist? So as creatives, we have this imagination. We imagine things a lot. We think about the future. We think like our brain works very fast. And also to you as an individual, what's that dream life for you as an artist?
my dream life as an artist is to continue teaching and hopefully travel the world teaching, but to also go on tour with an artist like Ariana Grande or SZA or my goodness, there's so many. I could go down a list.
Yeah,
um,
definitely.
yeah, but my dream life as an artist is to continue creating with other artists and to continue sharing my life experiences and my journey as a dancer and bring that into everything I do and just continue growing and yeah, developing skills and going on tour and just
Yeah.
yeah.
I look forward to meeting you someday, like in person. on one of your tours or something, right? I look forward to meeting you someday. Like I can't
That would be so cool.
where are you based currently?
In-person interview with B. Eden and Marine.
Definitely sincerely look forward to that. Um, so our next question, I don't know because Maureen is clapping. Alright. So, do you feel creatives in developed countries are at advantage to those in developing countries? I know depends on the experience and all, but in general, what do you think? Are creatives in developed countries at advantage than those in developing countries?
Yeah, I do believe so. I I do believe that in a developed country, there is more advantage to in undeveloped countries, but I do also believe it depends on the person and the passion behind the person. But also, yeah, more developed countries, obviously, we have more resources, we have, we're more developed, you know,
Yeah.
and I, it gives people more free time, I think, to work on whatever it is they want to work on. But when you're in an underdeveloped country, it's more of like survival. You got to work to take care of yourself and your loved ones. So maybe you don't get to focus on, you know, developing certain skills that wouldn't be considered a part of survival. And so the arts in a lot of cases are put on the back burner. My mom's from a third world country, or well, kind of nowadays. My mom's from Venezuela, and her growing up, it was like her parents told her, you're either going to law school or you're going to become a dentist. Like the arts is not an option for you. And so she went to law school for 3 years, dropped out, moved to Hawaii, and became a hippie and said, she said, I'm dropping all of this. I just want to go live my life. Like she was like
Yeah.
in one of those, I guess you can say it's developed, but it's underdeveloped in a sense where there's more, what is it, communism, I believe, or yeah, dictatorship, because they have a dictatorship. And it really depends on, yeah, like how the country is ran and where you're from. I think it has a lot to do with, yeah, where you're from, but also the person you are and the things you dedicate your life to. And because we all have those in between moments, I believe that we can find time to put in the things we love. Hopefully, I really hope we do.
Sincerely, I really, really love what you said there because one of the things, like sometimes in life, especially in developing countries, like you said, is like the focus will just be on survival, and then the time you have to like learn more on your craft and everything. Sometimes you even leave your craft, you leave your art, you leave the things that make you happy and focus on the things that will give you like money, perhaps because the arts or what you are doing or what is your passion is not something that is very profitable in the location that you are. So yeah, I really, really like that point that you made. Thank you so much, Shasta. Balancing work time and rest time is a struggle for many creatives, including me. Please share a few tips on how you try to balance work time, rest time, and family time.
How I balance work time, rest time, and family time. Well, I really just try to tune in and listen to my body and my emotions and how I'm feeling, because yeah, my body will tell me when I need rest. I will be hurt and I will be like I need rest. Or if I'm feeling emotionally drained, I take a little more time off to be with my family and friends, because I just know I won't be able to give my 100 because I'm emotionally not feeling okay. And so I how I balance it is I try to plan my days before my days start. And so I'll write down in my little notebook, like, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to stretch, I'm going to work out, and then I'm going to do emails and work. So instead of just waking up and getting right to work, I make sure to set that time aside to let myself, you know, wake up and feel and move and before I start stressing myself out with everyday stresses of work and life and, making money. And then I make sure to always call my friends and check in with them because it's good to stay up, just like connected with your friends and loved ones. And so, yeah, after like midday, after I've done my work, I make sure to call one friend or one family member. And then I always make sure to fit in my meals. You got to fit in those meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Got to feed yourself, stay hydrated, all that good stuff. Oh, I think you're muted. Oh,
Thank
there
you
we
for,
go.
yeah, thank you. I was saying those little things are the things that really matter. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing. What does success mean to you?
What does success mean to me? Okay. So success means to me, I mean, whatever supports you and makes you happy to where you can live a healthy and happy and fulfilled lifestyle. I think that's success because success is different to each person, right? And so success to me personally, Um, what would success to me would just be to continue to dance, to continue to surround myself with the people I love and the things I love, and just finding that, that work, that life, rest, balance. I think having a balance in life is success to me, and not being overwhelmed by silly things or yeah, and just taking every opportunity and being grateful and being in the moment. I think opening my heart up to more is success to me, and taking each day as a new day and not letting my past experiences, what has brought me down, continue into my next day, and to just keep living every day more grateful and more open. And that's what success means to me.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Shasta. As creatives, we understand the high tendencies of getting stressed out even while pursuing our passion. There are days when even depression may creep in, or just the inexplicable feeling of overwhelmingness. Do you have any relatable experience to this? If so, how are you able to manage and thrive beyond phases like this? I think you've given us some answers already. And any quick tips on mental health for creatives? Any quick tips for mental health for creatives?
Yeah, I can say, um, I mean, I don't want to speak for all of us, but I can say most creatives deal with some kind of mental health issues. I know I have a little bit of bipolarism. I have ADHD. I am a master procrastinator. So I'm also very emotional and a triple water sign. So yeah, I go through it, and I don't know what helps me when I'm feeling overwhelmed or in just lost and not feeling creative, my creative juices flowing. I get out in nature. I think that nature teaches us that real growth doesn't happen under the full light of the sun with everyone watching, and that we usually feel alone and under pressure, and we're in darkness and silence, and then something happens and we begin to trust the process. We allow our roots to shoot down and we plant ourselves firmly in the present moment. And I believe if we slowly open ourselves up as an offering of our essence and our light and our medicine to the world.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, Shasta. I wish this conversation can go on and on, but we are limited to 1 hour. Okay, please briefly tell us something we do not know about Shasta Marina. I know you've told us a whole lot, but could you just tell us more?
Oh,
Anything
yeah.
that you feel you want to share?
I didn't really touch on this, but I know it was in one of the questions. I am a NASM certified personal trainer as well. I got into personal training because I am very intrigued on how the body works. And as a dancer um, uh, and an athlete, we're prone to injuries. And so I wanted to, at all costs, avoid injuries so I can continue to dance. And so I got into personal training, anatomy, and learning about physiology because I wanted to learn more about how the body works and how I can take care of it and how I can teach others to take care of their body better and just live a healthier, happier lifestyle.
Wow. Okay. So what does it entail? Does it have to do with mental health, or like what does it entail in summary? Being a trainer.
Oh, yeah. So I'm a NASM, it's a National Academy of Sports Medicine.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I would say adding more physical activity to your everyday lifestyle does in turn help mentally. Like a lot of my clients will tell me after a session with me, they'll get out and they'll be all zen the rest of their day because they were able to fit in that time of physical activity in their day where they were able to get their blood flowing and get moving. And yeah, I believe that's just a
Yeah.
big part of getting your
Yeah.
blood moving and your body flowing like in the beginning of the day really sets the tone for the rest of your day and how you feel.
All right. I think I now know more about what it entails. Thank you for
Yeah,
sharing.
yeah,
Um, okay, this one is a very tricky question, but not so tricky, it's just direct. Okay, please let's go a little poetic. If poetry is a rainbow and you have a choice of one color in that palette, what color would that be and why?
yeah. What color would I choose? If poetry is a rainbow, what a question. I love this question. If poetry is a rainbow and you have a choice of one color in the palette, what would it be and why? Okay, if I had one color to choose in the palette, my goodness gracious, this is a hard one, but I would have to pick yellow. It's just so brilliant. It's the color of life. I mean, the sun, flowers, there's so much brilliance and beauty in the color yellow. And I mean, I love all colors. I love pink, I love
Oh wow.
blue, I love green, like for all their different reasons, like every color. If you look at my wardrobe, like I have every color of the rainbow, girl. I had a friend ask me that last night. She was like, all of my shoes are black, white, and gray. And I'm like, I have blue shoes, green shoes, pink shoes, white shoes, black shoes. I'm like, but I don't know. That's a tricky question. It's hard to like really pick a favorite color. My whole life, whenever I got asked this question, I kind of gave a generic answer. Like I would say, pink's my favorite color because in the society, pink's a girl's favorite color and blue's like for boys, right? Right? Literally. And so I always just said pink as like, okay, pink's my favorite color. But now that I've gotten older and have
Yeah.
developed more of a taste for life and for food even, I believe that adding color to your everyday, whether it's, yeah, the food you eat, the clothes you wear, um, it's good to incorporate color in your life because what would life be without color, right? I need,
Yeah.
I need all the color.
Thank you so much, Shasta. It was so awesome speaking with you. The conversations, like